Hello, my name's Cassie Horn, and for our food and culture project today, I'm making Krup Kakar, which is a Scandinavian dish that was passed down from generations to generations from our family that we know was possibly around from about the mid 1800s. And so what we're gonna need is a 5-pound bag of potatoes, which I have right here, and salt pork, and these will be cut up into little squares. We'll need some old-fashioned oats, not the quick oats, and we'll need some flour. So first we're going to start off with taking a peeler and peeling all of our 5-pound potatoes, like so. So after peeling all the potatoes, what we're going to do is make a potato puree, which is pretty much just liquid potatoes, and that's going to be the basis of the potato dumplings. So you can use a grater if you want to. Usually we would use the smallest part of the grater, but if you don't want to be bleeding or anything, I would use a blender, which is our modern today technology. And also using the grater, it would take a lot longer. So next we're gonna cut up our potatoes, and then we're gonna put them in the blender, and we're cutting them up so that it's a little easier to blend together so that we can actually make the puree. So we're just gonna cut them up. We're gonna just take a couple pieces of the potato and we're gonna put it in near the blender part, and then we're just gonna shut it and start blending slowly. Oh gosh. Take off the blender and pour it in here. Obviously we've been doing it since it's gotten full quite a few times. We poured off a little bit and then kept it going, leaving just a little bit in the bottom so that we could continue the puree. And so we're just gonna pour the rest of this in here like this. And also this dish came from our family, my family personally, and it was my great grandma and grandpa Larson. So next we're gonna take our oatmeal, and by the way, oatmeal wasn't normally in Krup Kakar. Usually Sweden Krup Kakar has just flour and rye flour, sorry, and pretty much where the oatmeal came in that we found out is that my great grandpa Larson was from Norway. So pretty much the oatmeal came in because of the Norwegian recipes. So what we're gonna do with the oatmeal is we're just gonna dump the entire thing in and then stir it in. Are you done? So now that we have all the oatmeal mixed together like this, we're gonna take 1 cup of flour, possibly more, it depends on how much you're pretty much gonna need. We're gonna add a little bit and mix it in here and there. So we'll just start off by adding a little bit. All right, so this is looking pretty good. We're just gonna finish mixing in this last little bit of flour, but I do think it would be good to add just a little bit more. You can tell that it's getting a little bit stickier, so we're gonna add a little bit more. It's come out to be about maybe 1.5 cups or so. And so we're just gonna finish mixing this up. All right, so we're gonna cut the salt pork like this. Pretty much what you wanna do is you wanna just, typically like salt pork has a rind or a skin on it, and pretty much what you're gonna do is just leave it on there. We're gonna cut kind of like this and like that, and then we're gonna turn it and cut it the same way that way, and then cut it off of the skin. So once we have it in a ball like so, we're just gonna slightly drop it in there. And then before it starts sticking to the bottom, we slightly go under and push it up from the bottom so that it starts floating. Now we have all the dumplings in the pan, and we're just gonna let that sit for a little bit. It'll be about an hour until they're done. Now that we have everything out of the pot, we got our table all set up with some milk. We got the Norwegian troll, the Dala horse, some butter, pepper, and salt. So we're gonna take one of the dumplings and then we're gonna cut it open. like so. And kind of break it open like that. And then we're gonna take some butter. We're gonna take some butter right here, and we're just gonna put that on there. And let that melt with the actual dumpling. And then we're gonna pour some milk in there. Like so. And then our salt and pepper. How do these things work? Oh, wait. And now we got it all set up. And my grandpa also has his. He will be the first to show everything if he wants to try the first bite. Go.
Very good.
My grandma also uses this as a tradition for boyfriends.
Could feed large families and stuck to the.
So this dish wasn't used very much for, you know, flavor, but it was more used for large families. I can't. Flavor. It was an